So in this video, I'm going to share you as biohacker, as an entrepreneur whose job is to create health systems for 7 to 9 figure entrepreneurs, my personal health sheet. I show you what I use, my training, my recovery, my supplements, my current cycle, my meal builder, my habits, my biomarkers, my labs, my daily planning, my periodization, my nutrition weekly, my sleep, everything. I show you the whole comprehensive health sheet I use as a biohacker, as an expert in this area, and you just can simply copy paste it and become a billionaire because you are healthy as hell. So here we are. In this health sheet, you see a variety of tabs. I know it might seem a little bit confusing right now, but I will run quickly through this and explain all of that to you. And in the end, you have a big overview and you know exactly how you can use this for yourself. So in general, I use as data my Aura Ring, this sheet. I have a fitness app, or no, I don't have a fitness app. I have a nutrition tracker. So I track my meals, what I eat, and I track my exercises here. Wait a second. In Germany we call exercise plan trainingsplan. Here you see every single day here what I have, what day, what I do, weight, this, and then I see the progression, and I can track this all there. But that's first of all what I use. So I have an Oura Ring, I have this, and I have my Fitness Pal as the app where I track my food. That's it. And here's a little overview, you know, who I am, what I do, what my plans are, all of that stuff, you know. Currently, my goal is to, you know, train 4 times a week. I have quite big legs, so therefore I focus only on the upper body. So I train push, pull, rest day, but wait, I will show this to you later. Then I cycle and I focus on brain, on nootropics and brain enhancing substances. Nothing with the body, more with the brain. So I use literally everything and test it and try out if it helps my recovery, it helps my cognition, it helps my focus, anything. I tried out, I tested, I cycled through, and throughout the video I will show you exactly what cycle I'm currently using and I give you some feedback on it. My supplements, what I literally use on a daily basis, what I eat, my recovery and my sleep, so what I do literally as a habit and all of that stuff, you know, to sleep perfect, how long I sleep, when I sleep, and you know how I plan, what I plan, how I track my data and all of that. By the way, this here is just a prompt, this here is just, how can I say, a template. So for example, here in the daily tracker, I haven't tracked anything, you know. Nothing here is in personalized data is in here, and I did this because I actually recreated this. I actually record this video because I recreate the whole sheet for me personally. I have a lot of sheets for my clients, but none for me, and I thought, why don't I have one of those sheets? And therefore I create this, and then I want to share this with you, you know. But anyways, that's the readme. It is just, you know, overview over everything. It is just for me, no use case. Then the training. So you see here what I explained: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday push pull. Then I have deep work and conditioning, so I work more on my mental stuff. Then I have push pull legs or upper lower. So or only push pull. So I prefer working out my upper body in push-pull form 2 times a week. That's optimal for muscle growth. And my lower body 1 time a week, but my lower body is growing as hell. I have a horrible genetic on the upper body, but my lower body is insane. I only need, as you can see here, in general 10 sets of legs every 2 weeks. So 5 sets per whole leg. So not per quad, per whole leg per week. And they are growing more than my upper body. And the intensity is the same, and I know exactly what I train. So therefore I don't need to train legs that often, what is actually cool, and my legs are big as hell. And on Sunday is a complete off day, completely used for recovery. Here you see what I use for lifts. So I use the bench press machine, incline multi-press, the chest support row, the triceps extensions unilateral, the katana extensions unilateral, and the delts. And here I have the lat pull downs, the T-bar rows, the rows machine bilateral, the lat rows machine in technique grip. That is a specialized grip. I have an when you're a client, you get access to a site where actually someone explains you every single exercise and helps you with technique and anything like that. So you understand then what it is. Rears, some machine, preacher curls, so basically biceps and or hammer curls and biceps. BBH Uni is biceps behind head Uni. Yeah. Then I have, the cognition, then all on repeat, and this here is for my leg day, so you can copy it. And this is literally the cardio I do, because don't only need to, or you should not only train your muscle system, your hypertrophy, I don't know. You should also train your heart, because heart health is one of the number one indicators of your general health. So when your heart is healthy, and your heart gets healthy when it's trained. It's with every single area in your body. It is healthy when it gets used. When you lose it, you don't lose it. Simple. So, and that's the duration of every exercise basically, and this is literally how much I train the muscle, what reps, so 5 to 10 reps every single day. The status, if I'm currently using it, yes. The delts, for example, I tend to train it lower, as well as the biceps, but it is okay. And here are just some notes, what I need to prepare, for exercise and all of that stuff. So I prepare every single pre-workout, 1 to 2 gram sodium. I have some electrolyte sachets with water, caffeine, and L-theanine. I love that. And then as intra, I have some electrolytes and some carbs. You can also add EAA, so some extra protein, but you don't have to. Then I do some Mandy after the workout to cool down, to be more conscious about my actions, to do that. And some more stuff that I do for recovery. It's pretty simple. I'm one of those biohackers who loves trying out supplements, substances, things that enhance your body, but I hate wasting actually time on some miracle techniques that are very popular and shiny in the internet, that should help some problem, but sometimes I don't even understand why they do that. For example, there are people who have 3-hour wind down routine. And I get it, you need to wind down, you don't need to have stress. But some days you can't do that, right? You have to work till end, or you have, a party, a meeting, or you meet your family and in late evening, or you travel, you have a jet lag. So you can't actually apply these methods. And I only use methods and supplements and things that I can use every single day, whatever the circumstances. So, for example, the Mandy headband, I always have it here. I can always use it. The desk hygiene, well, I work on my desk and I do, care about that. The light works, I can walk wherever I want, and if I need to be in the office here, I have walking treadmill. So you get it. I have a replacement for every single thing, for every active thing I do, besides supplements and things like that. These are only things I do every single day. I do them, and I can do them every single day, and no matter what circumstance I'm at, when I'm stressful, I do the breath work. Mobility, I can do that every single day. I don't need some fancy equipment, or it doesn't require that much time. I can have a meeting while doing that, but it's kind of weird doing some yoga while you have a meeting, but you get the point, right? You get a point. Or you can do this in the evening. I'm not a fan of having, that's what you will see, by the way, in habits as well. I'm not a huge fan of having some miracle things that should help you, but actually help you improve in, I don't know, 2% in stress area, and take 2 hours of your day. We are entrepreneurs, we need our time, it is very valuable, and therefore we have supplements, we have substance, we have things, we have routines that are low in time invest and have high leverage. Therefore, we focus on this, and we focus on our body and on the machine to create value. And these things are just, coping mechanisms, distractions, I don't know, walking outside barefoot and I don't know, singing and dancing 3 times on the tree and having some stones. These people, it is useless and it wastes your time and you cope on your actual work. We don't want to, be this healthy guy and spend 25 hours per week on our health. No, we want to have something, apply it, use it, and it doesn't, strain our life. And in the end, we are healthy, we are more sharp, we are better. We have literally leverage. That's what your business does, right? You want to have something that creates you more money than an employment job would do. Of course, in the beginning, creating this here is difficult, it's hard. But once you have it, once you have the business, once it's flowing, it creates this disproportional amount of money than employment would. And the same is with that. And when you have someone like me, for example, who creates these things, the whole piece of creation, this whole hard stuff goes away. Of course, the first 7 days, first 14, first 30 days of actually applying these things and to get them a habit is work. But after that, easy. And you just know that you have plug and play system that is easy and valuable. So here are my supplements, and I think that is very, very cool for you. So here's this here is just an additional list. It's for me, it's purchase links and all of that stuff. So that's not important. This here in green is, by the way, the supplements I use. You see, 2 per day multivitamin. Currently, I'm on a bulk, and on a bulk you eat a lot of calories, and I see this as useless to have a multivitamin, because I cover all my nutrients in my food, literally. Of course, having a multivitamin will not hurt you, but I don't need to waste that money to, invest in something that I already cover, if that makes sense. Of course, I maybe might cover one of these vitamins more than without, but is it really worth? No. Omega-3, no-brainer. Creatine, no-brainer. Magnesium thiotrate. By the way, sorry, that is mistake. I currently use my magnesium bisglycinate in the evening. Yeah. Anyways, glycinate, vitamin D3, K2, caffeine, theanine, alpha-GPC, berberine, salt tabs, electrolytes, lion's mane, NSC, and rosea. I currently don't use any fiber. I don't use agmatine. I don't use canner. I don't use casein. I don't use taurine. I don't use potassium citrate, uridine, CDP choline because I have alpha GPC, and glycine. You can see, wait a second, I scroll actually for you that you can basically copy it. By the way, the brands are here just for you and just for me, to know what is good quality and what not. In general, when you're in America, Life Extension, Thorne, and Now Foods are really good companies. Thorne is of course the high standard, the premium of all of these, but Now and Life Extension all also do a lot of good stuff. And if you want to have some peptides, then check out peptide science. There you can see a variety of you can literally find any peptide there. So I use, I know what product name it is, I know the mechanism, what it drives, I know my dose, how much I use it, when I use it, with food or on empty stomach. Then I know what it does, and then that's basically it. And I can explain this to you. Omega-3, I use that because it's one of the most important supplements. Brain healthy omega-3s, we don't get them from our food. It's so important. If you had to choose one supplement, I would recommend to you omega-3. The number 2 most important thing is actually creatine. Of course, multivitamin is insane, especially when you're starting out on your health journey. It's nice to have something like that because most of times you have some deficiencies, and a high quality multivitamin is nice. For example, this from Life Extension, I don't know. By the way, I have no sponsorships. It's just recommendations. My multi-7 8-figure entrepreneurs use them, so they might be good. Glycine is amazing. I have a product. It is from Germany. I tried out the Life Extension product as well. Of course, this is a product from Germany, from ESN. and it has glycine in there. So I don't have an in general glycine product, but actually I'm currently using 1.5 gram glycine. So I only mark that note because yeah. Uh, Glycine, pretty cool. It helps you with regulating your temperature, and especially in the evening, it is cool. And it helps you with your overall immune system health, and it's very cool. So if you want to do your research on glycine, it's a pretty cool thing. Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's sorry, let's take that. Let's take that as green. Vitamin D3 K2. If you are in the country, for example, I in Germany, we have now autumn, no sun at all. If you are in an area where the sun is always shining and you can be outside a lot, you don't need it. But for most of the people, we need it. The only way we can, get vitamin D3 K2 is through the sun. And when no sun is there, well, then there is no vitamin D3 K2 for you. And K2, by the way, is just for absorption. Caffeine, theanine, if you're an entrepreneur and you don't use that, you don't drink caffeine and use L-theanine after that, try that out, amazing. For every cup of coffee, use 100 milligram of L-theanine, amazing. Alpha GPC helps me with my choline, so basically it helps me with making me sharp and awake. Let's explain it that way. Try that out. It's literally amazing. So I have that here right now, as well as the lion's mane. The lion's mane is just for no repairment, so it has no real active effect, I feel like, but it helps you to stay healthy in your brain, if that makes sense. For example, if you have something that repairs your muscle, it gives you the feeling that your muscles are healthy and you don't feel sore, all of that. And when you work hard, then you have this brain soreness, if that makes sense for you. And lion's mane helps you to reduce it. NAC, literally the best antioxidant you have. It gets created and absorbed by protein, but your body doesn't absorb it because the receptor for NAC is also a receptor for certain proteins. Therefore, you use that in the morning on empty stomach. It is anti-inflammatory, and if you are an entrepreneur, you have a lot of stress, a lot of free radicals, a lot of oxidative stress that is around you, and therefore you need to have a very important antioxidant. And I feel like, for example, now in Germany, everyone outside is sick, and I work still 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, have complete stressful schedule 4 to 5 times a week in the gym, so complete stress on for my body, especially in a young age. And my girlfriend was sick, my father was sick, all of my whole family I live with is completely sick, and I'm still here. So try that out, I guess. Of course, it is not the one single factor that helps me do that, but it's a part. Rosea is something I'm actually trying out now. I used it for now 5 days. I can't actually tell you about the effect now, but the research is great. So try it out if you want to. Electrolytes in the morning, nice. Salt taps when I to just hydrate. When you sweat during you are dehydrated. When you sleep, you drink 9-10 hours nothing. So and then you sweat, so electrolytes flush out to rehydrate. Drink some water with electrolyte, creatine. That's what I always do every single morning. Then you have your creatine fixed, you are hydrated, and you don't need any food. Salt tabs, you sweat during exercise to rehydrate. Insane. Berberine just now because I'm on a substance that actually flushes my blood sugar, so I need to have something that regulates it. Berberine is nice choice, and that's literally it. That's basically it. And for the cycle, that's now cool. I will be quick here. These are all the substances I'm now experimenting with. I'm now trying out. I'm now doing, and this is my current stack. So I use this year these two boys. I recommend them to you. C-Max in the morning, 500 microgram. Then in the evening, 500 microgram Selang. You feel amazing. C-Max gives you the tunnel vision in combination with alpha-GPC, lion's mane, caffeine, and L-theanine. You have this laser focus and you can work for 12 hours straight. And Selang cools you down. So you have this fight and flight, this deep focus with C-Max. And Selang is, by the way, the complete opposite, so the synergist. And it helps you to cool down, to relax, and to be more social. That means In the evening, late there, I have my meetings. I meet my, I see my girlfriend, some friends, work out, all of that stuff, and I need something that cools me down and makes me feel calm, energetic, and actually social. And Silang helps me with that as well. Caffeine, L-theanine, always in there. Alpha GPC, always in there. You can use GDP choline, but I always recommend alpha GPC because high bioavailability, insane. I use iridine right now. Creatine, of course. Oxyracetam. I would not recommend you to do that if you don't know your blood work, and L-carnitine. So, and of course, coenzyme Q. So, a pretty mild stack right now, but I feel like it is good. So, by the way, if you want to copy anything like this and you want to do your research, you want to try out something on your own, of course, you can work with me. I do all of that personalized for you. I create stacks for you, all of that, Ah, by the way, Kana is also in there. I create stacks for you, all of that. Then you have the links, the dietary, the everything basically, what it does, what it helps, how long the cycle, how long of timing, stack. You can, of course, you can copy paste it here, but you need to know your body, you need to do your blood work, you need to know what you are, because we work with substances that are not deeply researched, that have low research available, and they are not so easy to handle, let's say it in that way. It is a small grade between a drug and something like that, and therefore, if you want to try any of this, feel free. All of these things are actually viable and have their place, but do your research, think about this before you purchase them, and then try it out if you want. But I don't want to talk about this topic in depth. Wait a second, I will scroll slow for you so you can actually copy this. So wait, here, timing, stack, primary, yeah, this, and yeah, the link, you can't see the link, but you can, use the things as well. And what I want to tell you here, is basically, by the way, this is what I use every single day. I love to vary between the things. That's what I used previously, so that is not updated, but anyways. And pair some mechanisms, some conflicts, why, some facts. So this here gives you everything: what to do, why to do it, and what to do when it not works, and when to use or when to stop it. That is literally what we want to cover here. And we want to cover our exercise, we want to cover our nutrition, we want to cover our sleep, and we want to cover our stress, or let's say mental performance. So our psyche. And these things are all helpful for any of the specific area, but you need to know what area you are at and what area you want to focus. So it's all up to you. Okay, that's the meal builder. So that's what I'm eating. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm actually currently on high carb. I try to avoid. This list is not quite accurate. So because the protein is okay, so I eat around about 200 to 250 gram protein per day. I know that's high, but I used to feel it. I eat a lot of kimchi, sauerkraut, so probiotics and prebiotics as well. So a lot of yogurt, a lot of garlic, ginger, all of that. To have good gut health. And I love to implement berries, greens, seeds, all of this. Plain chicken, olive oil, what else? What else? Sweet potato, if. And I love to have in the evening a meal like sushi or something like that. I love to eat when I'm finished with work. For example, one time a week I have with my girlfriend. By the way, it's today actually. One time a week I have with my girlfriend a day where we eat whatever we want. We order, we deliver food, and I eat very nutrient dense. Today I ate completely nutrient dense eggs, by the way, every single day eggs, completely nutrient dense to cover my whole macros in a diet way. And then in the end, I can cheat. I can eat pizza, I can eat McDonald's, because I covered everything. I have my peptides ready, I have my things ready, and I can do whatever I want, and I can literally eat whatever I want. So therefore, when you know what you eat, when you know when to eat what, and when you schedule it right, and you can eat whatever you want, and you don't need to restrict yourself. And then that's the cool part. There are people out there who say, "Oh, you can't eat that, and you can't eat this," and then you look at them and you see their blood work, and yours is better, and you still eat Nutella, you still eat pizza, and you can eat the things, but you don't overdo it because you know the dose is the poison, and literally science is king. You see them and you see that they will die in, I don't know, 40 years or have high implementar that they have bad health, and you laugh at them and say seed oils are good, and whatever you do, believe in the things, but whenever you disbelieve in science, no go. So that's with the meal. So just simple. By the way, for my that is just a ChatGPT prompt, so that is not from me. I don't use that actually. I told you what I eat. So yeah, for my clients, I create basically based on their preference, based what they have. There is actually a cool factor meals. That is actually a cool service. So if you want to have food delivery, it tastes amazing. It's not that expensive and it's great. You know, you see this. It is great, amazing. Factor S tier. Yeah, then we go on with the habits. So these are my habits. So only the morning sun. I wake up. Most of times it's dark. When it's not dark, I go outside, drink my coffee. It's okay. And when it's dark, I work immediately and work and go outside when it's not dark. I breathe midday, evening. You know, whenever I feel stressed or exhausted, I do my steps every day. Cold shower and sauna. I love to do sauna 1 to 2 times a week, and cold shower every single morning. Caffeine, nothing. I only drink 2 cups of coffee, and all of that before 15 is 3 p.m. And I have my morning focus. So whenever I wake up, the first 5 minutes I focus. 5 minutes, 6 hours. I only focus on my most important task. And these are my scenarios for jet lags, for sickness, for brutal deadlines, for overstimulation, what I do, what I not do. So these are just, instructions. These are just instructions here. You can see this, just instruction what I do. These are my biomarkers, what I, used to, but I don't want to go in depth. These are my lab schedules. Actually, not that deep. This is my sleep OS. So when I time, what I do, yada yada yada. You can see this here. But I have a lot of sleep videos on this channel. This is my nutrition weekly. Nothing in there because it's a blueprint. This is my periodization. So my work blocks, what I do every single day. Here you can actually see how much I work, what I do there, what I use. You see? And this is the daily planner. So here normally I track everything I do. It has an automation with the Oura ring. So all my Aura data is connected with this. So whenever I have some sleep data, it will instantly, be added up here. And also I have here a whole Aura raw sheet where I only see Aura data in a graph and where I see improvements and not all gathered here. So that's basically it. Everything you need to know. Long video. Yeah, that is how you get healthy as an entrepreneur, and that's actually what it takes, and that's what Jeff Bezos and all of these people do, and why they look like monsters. And then you add up, new stuff, new peptides. You have someone who understands the body, and then you're good to go. Love you all. Bye.